Hey, it's your birthday.
Whoop whoop.
Happy birthday.
No.
Today is all about her, folks, okay? Let it be known it is her day. Okay? It's all about Elizabeth. No. So, we are going to talk,
See what you did there.
transition, we're going to talk today about celebrations, such as birthdays and maybe festivals. It was Halloween recently. And is there a good way to go about this idea of holidays, celebrations, and something like a birthday? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, you might notice some people who, when it is their birthday, it's really all about them. Okay? This guy, actually, not her. Where it's just, they have a glow, but not maybe a good one, where they really want a lot of attention, and everything's got to be perfect for their likes and their happiness, for that day. The suggestion is that is not the best way to go about a birthday, and that there's something off there. So, what do you think?
Yeah. I think you'll probably be left kind of empty at the end of the day if everything was just all about you, and probably disappointed, because if you want everything to be just so, it's not going to end up being that way.
That is correct. And we don't really have the proper parameters or knowledge of our own selves and what's going to fulfill us to have those parameters in tune. The Lord does. So, birthdays are another reminder that our lives are not about us, and that we are not, the world and the universe do not circle around us and are not for our sake. They're for the Lord's. And so we give great celebration and thanksgiving for the gift of Elizabeth, for the gift of people on their birthdays. It's a great thing to celebrate and to recognize that person, the gift that they are in your life, the gift that they are to everyone that they know, and the goodness that they point to God with in their lives and by their actions and words. So one great metaphysical truth, so if we go above the physical and we don't get caught in how things look, people seem like they are good in themselves. Now work with me here. People have dignity and they are worthy of our respect. We have a responsibility to recognize that and to care for that. But what do I mean good for themselves? Well, Elizabeth, my own wife, okay, is only herself and a good wife and who she's called to be insofar as she points me towards God, who is my heavenly and eternal spouse. And the same goes for me, that I may want it to be about me, and I may want to show myself and and
Well,
like
in what
be
way?
I don't okay.
Okay.
Well, I may want to say, look how special I am, but my unique dignity and my personhood comes only in relation to God. I am never what it's all about, right? So as I am figuring the Lord's call out for my life, as I am doing things like celebrating birthdays, celebrating feast days, Hallows Eve, All Saints Day, All Souls Day, all these things that we were celebrating this past week, I'm realizing that even the saints, let's look at the saints, like they don't draw attention to themselves, they draw attention to God, which ends up giving them great dignity and glory, and that's why we pay attention to them, right? It's not because they were like a Beyonce or whomever who's drawing a lot of attention to themselves and really soaking up that spotlight and trying to be like edgy or different, and they end up being all cookie cutter people of the culture. Yawn, okay? Like, it's really boring, actually. When we're trying to be edgy or different, when we're trying to carve our own path, we realize that we don't know what we're doing, right? And we don't know who we are. And so we place ourselves in the hands of the Lord. On our birthdays, we give great thanks for the gift of our lives, for the gift of that person, and the unique manifestation they are of grace and goodness. We're deeply grateful for that, But we don't want to get caught. We don't want to get caught in anything of the world. St. Paul reminds us of that, Like, yeah, let's recognize the great good here, the great good of Elizabeth. I mean, tremendous gift that she is of a person to everybody she knows, and especially to me, her husband. That's because she really does point towards the Lord. When I think vainglory, I do not think of my wife. She has such a humility and such a way that she points outside of herself, and that just makes her so enchanting and beautiful. And I think that's the case for all of us, is we don't want to get stuck. We don't want to get stuck in our own ego. So that's my thoughts for today, is don't get stuck. Don't get stuck in appearances. Don't get stuck in, oh gosh, this person's better because they have more talents, or they have more stuff, or whatever. Newsflash, birthdays remind us that we all die. So there should be a great dose of humility in that, right?